All right, the about me. Well, first off, my name's Brandon. I work for All the Right Tunes. I started here 6 to 7 years ago. Started by being a DJ. Kind of worked my way into being an MC. Became an elite MC, and now I'm the operations manager for the company. Kind of got started doing this because there was a guy that I went to school with named Calvin that had worked here, and me and him worked together at a furniture store. And he was always asking me, hey man, you want to come DJ? And I knew it was something he kind of did on the side. I didn't know a whole lot about it. At first, I wasn't really too interested. He was always like, don't you want extra money? And at the time, I really didn't. I just wanted that extra time. I was in school and I was already working, so I didn't really want another job to eat into my free time. And he was persistent. He kept asking me, and finally I just gave in. I was like, dude, let me see what it's all about. Let me go check out All the Right Tunes. So I started coming to meetings here and DJing at Adobe's back in the day, and it just kind of transitioned to loving it. I liked the people that were here. I liked the camaraderie that we had, and just kind of experiencing it was pretty cool. So after doing that for a while, I just kind of fell in love with it. And I've had a lot of jobs. I've done like landscaping, and I've had factory jobs, and I've done all different types of stuff, but for me it was always just a job, and this is definitely something more. One of the other things I really like about this place is the tight-knit family that we have is really awesome. So we've got a good group of people that we work with, and outside of All the Right Tunes, what I do is I'm a husband. I've been married a couple years now. 2017 I got married, but I've been with my wife for about 10 years. I'm a husband. We are fur parents, I guess, if I'm saying that right. We have a 6-month-old puppy, golden retriever. Yeah, she's wild as can be. Her name's Oakley. I love her to death, but she is definitely in that teenage stage that puppies go through, I guess. So she's very active, and she definitely tests us at times, but I know that is kind of preparing me to be a parent someday. I love to do stuff with my wife and hang out with my friends, and kind of just do all that average stuff that you expect from people. But yeah, I love what I do here. I love just doing stuff that Brandon likes to do, outdoors and cars and all that kind of stuff. So what drives Brandon? I would say here at All the Right Tunes, the biggest thing that drives me is just that sense of accomplishment, the smile on the client's face at the end of the event, just knowing that we did everything we could to help their event go the way it should have went. Just knowing how thankful they were that we were there to make their day the way they wanted it to be. I would say outside of work, the biggest thing that drives me is just that sense of accomplishment, wanting to grow, always pushing myself to learn more and be a better person. Not only just, being successful, but being a better husband, one day being a better father, anything like that I can push myself to be a better person. I will say that sense of accomplishment is definitely what drives me most, and that after feeling that the client gives us, just knowing how happy they are that we did everything to make their day perfect. Some of my hobbies include automotive related stuff. Big car enthusiast. Love muscle cars and Euro cars and off-road vehicles. I've got a 1992 Camaro Z28 25th anniversary edition. It's pretty heavily modified. It's been supercharged, has nitrous. It was actually my dad's car. He bought it in 93, so it's pretty much been in my family my entire life. He gave it to me on my 21st birthday. Haven't done a whole lot with it since I got it. I just kind of like to cruise it to car shows. I've been working on it here and there, but to be honest, it scares the crap out of me. It's a really fast car. It ran 11.6 in the quarter mile the last time he had it there, at 126 miles an hour. I also have a 2011 Toyota Tundra. I'm really big into Toyota off-road vehicles. I love them. That was actually also my dad's truck, but I have created Facebook groups for Toyota off-road enthusiasts and also third-gen enthusiasts for this area. So automotive is definitely a big chunk of what I do in my free time. I also love the outdoors. Go hiking and canoeing, kayaking, fishing, snowboarding, all types of stuff. I really like to get outside. For me, it's just a way to release all that stress and tension that gets built up. It just kind of seems like when you're out there on the kayak or the canoe, nothing else really matters, and really kind of just, lets me ease my mind a little bit. So very big outdoor enthusiast, camping, all that stuff, but also love to travel. I've done a lot of traveling over the years, not a whole lot of international stuff. I did go on a Caribbean cruise, so I went to Italy, several places in Italy, several places in Greece. Got to kayak the Aegean Sea, which was pretty cool. Been to the Colosseum, and that's pretty much the extent of my international travels, but I have been to Colorado, which was one of my favorite places I've been, being able to see like Rocky Mountain National Park and Red Rock and Pikes Peak. I've also been to Vegas a couple times. Been out to Zion National Park, Grand Canyon, Antelope Canyon, Meteor Crater. We've been to a lot of places out there. Been to the Keys several times. I love to go saltwater fishing down there. Go to Chicago pretty much every year. So I've done a lot of traveling. That's a big chunk of what I like to do as well. Yeah, I'd say those are the biggest things that I like to do outside of work. My wife always keeps me busy, has stuff going on for me, so pretty much whatever she likes to do. But my favorite childhood TV shows. Man, for me, that is a difficult one. I grew up in the 90s, so there was a ton of great stuff, but I would have to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles probably was my favorite. Next to that would probably be The Simpsons and Sports Center. Watched a lot of that. That is a very difficult question. Since I grew up in the 90s, we had Doug, Fresh Prince. We had all kind of good stuff. So, I definitely have to stick with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, though. It was a great cartoon when I was that age, so. Probably the most dreaded question for me, where do I see myself in 5 years? He's got a 5-year plan. What is it? Don't die? I would say that is part of my 5-year plan. Don't die. No, for real though, I think a huge part of my 5-year plan is just to continue growing. I would love to own my own business. It's something I'm kind of working on now. So I've got some ideas and been kind of working on business plans. So that's definitely something that I see myself doing. Outside of that, I hope to be a father maybe by then. Me and my wife have been together about 10 years as of now, and it's 2019, so I hope that continues as well. But we are been together a long time, and we're starting to feel that pressure of having kids, and I definitely would like to do that. Probably still here in Ohio. I think I'll continue to stay in this location until I'm a little bit older, but I would like to have seen more of the world, get out and kind of travel, maybe do some more cruises, just kind of go on some trips out west and do some wild stuff. But yeah, I'd say the biggest part of my 5-year plan is to start a business and be successful with that. If I could visit anywhere, real or fictional, where would it be and why? Man, that is another good question. I think I would have to take the chance to explore somewhere fictional, since I've got a lot of life left. I've got a lot of opportunity to visit the places I want to go. Anywhere real or fictional? I know this sounds crazy, but I think I'd go to Jurassic Park. We've all seen the movie. We know how crazy that could be, but you don't get to see dinosaurs like that. You don't get to go to places like that in real life. So I think for me, that would definitely be really cool. I loved dinosaurs as a kid. So to see those that tall and realistic and just, massive creatures, I think that's what I would have to choose. I would go to Jurassic Park. What song do I know every word to? Being a DJ, I think the most played song is probably Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. I've heard that countless times, so I would definitely say that I do know every word to Don't Stop Believin'. What is my favorite season and why? I want to start out by saying I think I love every season. Spring is my least favorite. I would say my most favorite season is probably fall. I just love the temperature of fall. I just love the scent of fall. Campfires and hoodies. Yeah, I think fall is probably my favorite, but I love summer just because there's obviously so much you can do in the summertime. I love winter too because I like to snowboard, so I love all the snow, but I say fall is probably my favorite. What fad do I hope comes back? I'm gonna go with the Crunk era and Crunk Cups. I kind of hope they bring that back just because it was kind of ridiculous to watch and see. It was always a good time, but, you know, Crunk Fad was pretty awesome. What? Okay. Alright, yeah. What has happened in my life that has helped define me? Big moment in my life, I think for me, was when my dad passed away. That was by far the most difficult thing I've ever gone through, still go through, but just kind of hit me kind of hard. And, you know, you can do two things. You can either continue to be down about it, or you can pick yourself back up and continue to be what you gotta be. So for me, that was I think that was definitely the most defining period of my life, was just kind of going through that. You know, I experienced a lot of things I'd never gone through. I've lost a lot of family members, but always were people that I wasn't extremely close with. But I was really good friends with my dad. We did a lot of stuff together. I learned a lot from him, and, you know, it was my dad. So I think that is definitely the most defining thing I've gone through. What is my most favorite part about working for All the Right Tunes? I think it's the satisfaction that I get from helping people. I talked about this in one of my previous questions, but just the feeling of, you know, knowing that you helped somebody's day go the way it should have went. Just, you know, kind of allowing them to have a great time, and, you know, seeing that smile really is one of the greatest things about working here. But I would also say it's, you know, it's the crew that we have, everybody that works for us. You know, we're really tight knit, so we've got a great friend group here as well. You know, it's just some of the small things that are, you know, really drive me to work for All the Right Tunes. So this is our last question here. It's a random funny question that my camera guy just gave me, and it is, if I were a type of food, what would I be? That is a big question for me because I obviously love food, but I think I would be brisket because, you know, it takes a lot to cook some brisket. It's got to be perfect, down to the sauce, the seasoning, the cook time, and I think that's how I am. You know, I'm a pretty intricate dude, so I would say I would be brisket. It's delicious.